Hi folks, welcome to another Gourmet on the Road update, and this time we're literally on the road. We're driving through Namma Bengaluru. The weather is fantastic. It's cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain, but it's not raining. We need some rains here in Bengaluru, but for the moment it's not raining yet. So what are we doing on the roads of Bengaluru? Well, we're exploring Bengaluru's most popular dosa destinations. Before I tell you more about that, I must also tell you that we're going to also address a couple of reader queries at the end of this update. So please stay tuned till the very end. So coming back to this Gourmet on the Road dosa trail in Namma Bengaluru. Well, we love a dosa here in Bengaluru. And I said it'd be interesting to create an episode just focusing on the most popular dosas here in Bengaluru. So we polled Bangalore and we got a whole bunch of responses, and that's what we're covering. So we're covering iconic establishments that have been around for the last 50, 60, some even going up to 100 years. We're looking at dosa establishments that are roadside dosa establishments that are hugely popular. We're looking at tasting a whole variety of dosas. So whether it's a benne masala dosa, rava dosa, sagu dosa, ragi dosa, khali dosa, set dosa, podi dosa, you name it and you'll find a dosa in this upcoming Gourmet on the Road episode. So stay tuned to Gourmet on the Road for this very exciting dosa trail coming up in Namma Bengaluru. Now moving to some of the comments that we've received. Well, I'm going to read some of them. We got a comment from a viewer called Ravi Kiran. Now what he says is, "You're awesome, but I have a question to ask. You're eating a lot, actually more than a lot. How do you manage your health? Please answer me." Well, Ravi, I did a Q&A recently, perhaps you didn't get that, where I touched a bit upon this subject. So I'm going to post a link to that Q&A episode. So do catch it and you'll probably get some of your answers here. Somebody called Amresh Reddy says, "I really loved all your videos. The way you present food is brilliant. Small advice, when you taste many items, can't you order for small portions? This way food is not wasted." Well, Amresh, we try and do that, but it's not always possible. When you order a dosa, for instance, how do you order half a dosa? So sometimes we do try and minimize the portions, but it's not always possible. Sometimes the establishments don't want to do that, and we pay our way through. And what also happens is that we have a team that's with us, so we sit together, we eat, we taste, so very little, if at all, any of the food gets wasted. In fact, even in the Q&A that I did, I addressed this concern that some viewers had. So I'm going to post a link to that right here. Do click on this and to know more. Well, we've got a very flattering comment from Yogesh Gowda. He says, "I love the way he cherishes his bite and explains the taste. Who said experience can be explained? We have all the words to explain every single taste and the aroma." And that Yogesh started feeling hot in his fingers when we had the biryani and explained. Well, thank you very much for your very kind words, Yogesh. And Yogesh has also said that we will reach 1 million subscribers very soon. Thank you very much for all the support that we've received from all our fans, all our viewers out there. Off late we've also done a couple of episodes, actually more than a couple of episodes, on military hotels. So Laurie Penner asks, "Your videos are very interesting for someone who doesn't know a lot about Indian Southeast Asian cooking. Can you tell me why it's called military?" Well, Laurie, we are in South Asia actually, and when it comes to military hotels, there are a couple of interesting theories. Nobody knows it for a fact, but these are a couple of theories that are out there. Well, what is said that, according to a historian, Suresh Jairam, after Shahaji Bhonsle's conquest of Bengaluru in the 17th century, so most of these establishments were run by his men who were Maratha descendants, and therefore, since they were military people, the hotels got these names. But still, the origins of military hotels are unclear. Nobody seems to know why exactly. Some people, including, for instance, Adarsh, a filmmaker who's documented many of these military hotels for Discovery Channel, Ajit Saldana, who is a food critic and author of Bangalore Sapad Raman, has also offered another explanation. He said that in the British Army, all castes and classes were expected to eat together, and because you were in the army and you had to fight, you were expected to eat a protein-rich fare. So you were expected to eat non-vegetarian food. So when these Indian men who were in the army went back to their hometowns, they had acquired the taste for non-vegetarian food, and thus sprang up these establishments to cater to their tastes. And therefore, since people in the military ate non-vegetarian food, these non-vegetarian hotels came to be known as military hotels. So there you go, a couple of theories for why non-vegetarian hotels in Bengaluru are called military hotels. So I hope you enjoyed this Gourmet on the Road update. It's just about 1 o'clock here in Bengaluru. We've started early in the morning today. We've tasted dosas at 6 establishments thus far, and we still have another 5 or 6 more to go. So it's going to be a day-long dosa eating affair. I hope you're excited about this episode. So do stay tuned to Gourmet on the Road for this very exciting Bengaluru dosa destination feature coming up soon. And thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the likes. Do continue to spread the word on Food Lovers TV. And if you'd like to support Food Lovers TV, do log on to foodlovers.in and click on the Support Food Lovers banner. Until the next time, until the next episode of Gourmet on the Road, stay safe and happy eating.